Hi, everyone. Welcome to Freebird Spirit YouTube channel. Thank you for swinging by and hanging out. All right, so it's the weekly download. And for the week of April 3rd through April 9th. So welcome. Welcome aboard for that. So before getting on, I kind of sat and listened to see which direction to go here with any type of information that may be coming in that we need to kind of take a look at. The couple things that came in, a couple things. I'm just going to dive right in, you guys. Hi. All right. Putin. Taking a look at Putin. I think we did take a look at him last week. I can't remember. See, I never remember from week to week. I need to re-look at that. But it was more in regards to his nuclear statement or whatever or something about something nuclear. And so I took a look at that. He has, he is not handing over he has not giving up his desire to take Russia back in time to a regime type of feel to it. His old Russia, that's what he wants. And he is so connected to that, and he will go after it at all costs. So if someone does not stop him, I do feel that he would use whatever. But again, with people around him kind of, the way things are run, I guess, I have no idea. I don't know how their politics run, but it looks as though that if there were not things in place, it would have already been done. That he would have dove into that nuclear stuff that he has. I feel like he has no qualms about it, but again, he has experts around him that kind of keep him like this. But I do feel he's trying to manipulate that system, and that he wants his country back, or whatever, his old country, the way it was that he thought was right. But I do feel he will be stopped. This will not, I don't feel what I'm being shown is that he will be stopped. But that's what you're looking at. He is so obsessed with it. It's like at all costs, this is his narrative, and he'll do whatever it takes to get there. I'm also being shown right now, my team is showing me a little, I guess you would call them, the only words I have for it is like little cells of people around. And I do feel from within the country, you do have people rising up against this system. So I'm sensing there's going to be more. We may start seeing more of these little uprisings around within Russia. I would imagine that's hard because of the propaganda, the way that the news is given. And you can see it here in a small way. If you only watch one news station, then literally that's the narrative getting into you, and that's becomes your belief system. So you can see how dangerous that is to have just one word about things, and that's what they have there. So for this to take place, this it's a big deal to have these small little cells, if you wish, rising up, because they have truth. But then the people don't have the truth. Not everyone has the truth. They are stuck into in that narrative, and we know how that works, and we've seen it play out here, so we know that it's a real thing, and how people get caught in things, and how people can start following and get into cult situations because of that narrative coming in, and they believe it, they hold on to it as their truth. Anyway, so that's what I'm getting there. Now, in regards to, I believe there was a big blast. Was it today? And I'm on April 3rd here, or yesterday, a big cafe that blew up, a big blast. Let's check in and see. And I'm hearing this could be connected to one of these cells. Now, this is tricky. And I'm just going to say Putin because for his side or whatever, because it's like he doesn't want to bring light that there's people there's large number of people in Russia who don't follow him or agree with his policies and his actions and where he's wanting to take the country. So it's tricky. What I'm sensing here is it's a tricky situation in regards to letting it known where the blast came from. And who knows, by the time this video comes up, maybe it'll all be talked about, and whatever narrative's coming out of there is going to come out, and that's how they're going to roll it out. But I'm wondering if it had some kind of one of these cells. Now, I'm not sure what that means in regards to who it's connected to. I don't know if it's one of the cells that are uprising against Putin or just another kind of fascist. I'm getting the word fascist. Anyway, but it'll be interesting to see what narrative they pull in with that. Okay. All right, moving on here, we have the next thing they brought in was the Medicaid situation here in the states here. We have 5 states, and I wrote down the states so I could remember the states. Arizona, Arkansas, Idaho, New Hampshire, that one blew me away, and South Dakota. And then they're going to be followed up by 14 more states doing this. Now, so they're going to discontinue Medicaid. Now, part of that was with the COVID help, right? And so they the federal money was put in to help within the states with the Medicaid program, so people could continue to get care for that. Well, that was withdrawn, and so there's apparently many people on and Medicaid still that came on during that COVID time, and that that if they redid the numbers, they don't actually qualify for the state's Medicaid program. So you have to, you have to be in a certain income to get that, right? So you guys know. And but that being said, so you're looking at after it's all said and done, you're looking at about 15 million people that will be affected by this. And there's 6.7 million children at risk because of this, as far as their healthcare being taken away from them. Now, if you look at the numbers, if you look at the numbers, but a lot of these people qualify for the Obamacare, what I would call the Obamacare, the assistance there, right? And so getting on board with that. However, all that being said, there's still 6.8 million people who will be affected by this that do qualify for, would apparently qualify for Medicaid, the Medicaid program, and it's being taken from them. And so this is messy. This is going to get messy. And what my team said in regards to this, or brought in regards to this, it's like, again, here's another thing that's going to be come in and push people to make some more choices, better choices, or more directed choices to getting help for everyone. And I hear Bernie Sanders, Medicare for all, healthcare for all. And there's a big narrative that this is, that's socialism, and that's, that's not good. That wouldn't be good for, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't work, or, that kind of thing. And that's just not true. If you research and you go into countries like Canada and other countries that have where healthcare is offered to everyone as part of being a citizen there, you get free healthcare. It works, and no one's ever in fear. No, we're not being in fear of not. And we're going to the doctor. People go to the doctor to get the help they need. And what you find in this system that we have here is people hesitate going to the doctor, and they're like, "Oh, well, it's no big deal. It's just a stomach ache. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to pay $1,000 just because I'm feeling this way." And then they get there too late, and they could have been saved. They get there and they realize, "Oh, I had cancer. Didn't take care of it. It was nothing, though. It was nothing." Well, in a system that is set up where it's free and it's just part of, yes, go in. We want this care for you. It doesn't happen like that. You go and get help, right? Because you're not thinking, oh, well, the copay or this or that, I can't afford, I'm already. So what I'm saying with all that is our system needs to be looked at. And if they want to keep this system or whatever without, the system needs to work for everyone. So for those in lower income, they need to have this health care, but they're taking it away, right? Anyways, it's going to push this to the surface to be looked at. And just like a lot of things are happening like that, things that aren't working are coming to the surface and being looked at. Everything is in a pressure cooker right now. And I know that I've been talking about it for years. As we step into the pressure cooker, we're all in this pressure cooker together. Things are all coming to the surface. Because what is not working has to go. It just has to go. And because we are evolving, and you're either on board or you're not, but things are coming to the surface, and this is another one, and it looks like this, and it looks ugly when it comes to the surface. We have all these children at risk of losing childcare, and then not just the kids, but the adults. I mean, come on. It's not right. Healthcare should be a human right. It should be just a right. We can do that. We're civilized. We're civilized. Or are we? Right? Anyway, so I took a look at that. and it does look like it's going to get messy. But they're going to have to relook at it. They're going to have to relook at it, and get some relief in regards to that. It's going to be, again, the hand is going to be pushed to have to take a look at it and revamp it. But until then, it's going to be hard for a minute with that, and it's just devastating. But I can go on about that, but I won't. Here we go. So they wanted to talk about that. All right. What else came up there? I did also okay, I guess that's it. I thought there was more coming in there, but I didn't write it down. Okay, so I'm going to go to some questions that came in earlier today, and Annie Bear is asking, is there a connection between the weather and the emotions? Both extreme now. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. So again, we're all in this pressure cooker, right? But the weather really, the extreme weathers is literally an aspect of the weather changing, and so what's that word I'm looking for? Climate change. You guys, I'm tired. I got this. It'll be okay. Yeah. So due to climate change, so a lot of that. But again, when I use the word climate change for the weather and the emotions in regards to the global emotions, the Earth, Gaia's emotions, or whatever, trying to balance back out, it's happening with us as well. So our emotions, we are not in alignment, and our things are out of balance. Justice-wise, when things are out of balance, in our nation, in how things run, and so it's all kind of off balance, right? And so so it's all connected. So yes, in that way, but not our being emotional is not causing the weather change. I think you know what I'm saying, but it is happening, and you recognize it because again, we are connected, and so when it's happening there, it will be happening here, and when it's happening here, yeah, it's all connected. I hope I answered that clearly. All right, thank you for that. Phoenix Rise is asking, what is the mood and spirit of the American people in February 2024 after the election? Okay, so let's take a look at that. I feel like it's a relief and business as usual. So the business as usual, like almost like barely a pause, and we continue as we were going the month before or whatever, you know what I mean? So I do feel that there's a sigh of relief in the country, and a good relief. So that's us, that we feel that there's, okay, that is done. Let's get back to business. And so that's that feels good. Mm-hmm. Okay, Shockwave is asking, do you see Beto running against Cruz? And okay, so I did this one earlier in the On the Couch live stream. But for those who didn't watch it, I can kind of give a quick recap on that. I didn't realize I kept that one in here. and so she says, do you see Beto running against Cruz in 2024 for the US Senate and winning? And if I can remember correctly from my earlier time, and I'll kind of tip back in here as well, is I do see, I saw a victory sign behind Beto. And so for me, that would mean victory over, but there's also, if he chooses to step in this direction, there would be victory for him. So it's almost like he's, he'll need to take a look at this and choose to go this direction. But I do see if he chooses this, that he will win. I do see it. So let's see. Anything else with that? Yeah, and Cruz would be gone. No love lost. I just heard no love lost with that. Okay. All right. The next question is, another question in regards to Gaia, Mother Earth, or Mother Nature, using her power to change the human mentality or create a greater energy shift. Well, again, we're all connected. And I do feel that as energy is shifting and moving, and again, we are always in evolution. We are always evolving, constantly evolving and changing and moving. You can see it from seeing a baby, and then you didn't see the baby in a month and it's grown. Always growing, evolving. Our energy is always evolving. And so is the earth. Always changing and evolving. And always connected to awakening, becoming aware, remembering. So, when you go outside and it's a sunset and and you step into that energy of that sunset, and it's just like, and everything just feels good in that moment. That's remembering. That's you remembering. That's your coming in alignment with your higher self, stepping more into that area, and you remember in that sunset and how it makes you feel and all of that. And so again, that's Mother Nature bringing in memory of who you are. So everything kind of all works together in that evolving. I don't, again, that I think the answer here is yes, but not in the way I feel like the question was asked. But I hope you understand that part. But thank you for those questions. And let's see, any other question that comes to mind before we head into the weekly spread here. Okay. How is Donald Trump going to react on Tuesday? I just heard that question come in. So thank you for whoever sent that question. Let's see. How is it going to play out for him on Tuesday? I feel like he's gonna, go in and do his thing. Again, it'll be behind the scenes or whatever. I don't, and he will be grumbling and, saying his own little narrative. to any audience within whoever is, whether doing the fingerprinting and stuff like that. That's what I'm seeing here, is he'll just be, like, okay, well, here, here's that or whatever, and doing that kind of thing, but being bitey about it with his mouth. Does that make sense? Like, he'll be saying stuff under his breath, which hunt, that type of thing, but doing what he has to do. There's some things he does not want to do, which is like I think he'll end up doing it, but he doesn't like maybe trying to refuse, but has to do it. Okay. I'm just kind of trying to go through each scene here. Okay, take me outside. Yeah, I think you're going to see a few people outside, but I don't think it's going to be anything that I don't think any. I mean, maybe they'll have to contain one person or something, but it's not like thousands and thousands of people. It's just a little crowd or whatever. Not a huge, like, thousands of people, not big, like big protests and all of that kind of thing. There may be a little protest, but not like huge type stuff to worry about. And maybe they'll have to worry about some little scuffle, but nothing to, no big event type thing like January 6th or anything like that. Okay. So thank you, team, for that. And so we're going to go ahead and move into the 7-day thing. And for those of you who are new watching this, the next thing I do here is I do the kind of a forecast over the next 7 days. So it doesn't have to, if you're watching this at a whole nother week or whatever, it doesn't have to be the 3rd through the 9th of April. It can just be your next 7 days. But for now, it's this week and 3rd through the 9th. So, and I throw a card for each day, and we check into the energy and see where it fits for you for that day. But it can give you a heads up for your week. So let's take a look. Monday through Sunday. Okay. So looking at the first day or Monday, we have teaching and learning. All right. And we have 57, which is the 3, which is good, collaborating. You have that 3 coming in with that teaching and learning. And then you have Smokey the Bear coming in, and I love that. Just kind of stepping in your wisdom, making good choices, being smart about your choices. And there may be an opportunity for you to either help someone else understand something, or you stepping into understanding something, really moving from that space of knowing, right? And the other card coming in here, and this is have it. It says believing nothing that you hear and only half of what you see. So really going from your internal intuition and knowledge and knowing your gut. So Monday may offer you a time where you're like, okay, I'm going with what I know, my gut, and and the wisdom that I've bringing forward. So again, there's layers to things. So make sure that you know that you acknowledge that there might be something underneath here, under this layer. So again, go with your gut on Monday. Okay. So Tuesday we have the Seven of Cups and protection. And the words in the eye here, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So that protection and karmic completion. So there's several things going on here. And 10 is a 1. So that's, wow, something new and beginning happening there. It's like something completed and then you step into something new, right? And so I do feel like, especially going off this card here that came in on Monday, believe nothing that you hear, only half of what you see. So again, I feel like this might be a week of that. That's interesting in regards to the energy of the week, but also whether this is a personal thing or just going on around you or in the globe or whatever that you're connected in. Just know that you are protected, and you always have choices, and you're protected in those choices. And kind of like you're moving forward, whatever karma thing that you may have had to deal with, or it's my life has been hard. I keep having these things happen to me, and I'm afraid to make a choice because, and they said that's done, that's behind you. This is moving forward. And yeah, so stepping into something new and good, and you're protected for your most benevolent outcome is happening on Tuesday. And letting go of old beliefs from that Monday thing, because I felt like that connected into this Tuesday too. But okay, so Wednesday's energy, we have there may be some challenges on Wednesday. And it might be something like a belief system. Now it says spiritual career, but I feel what I'm hearing from my team that it more has to do with like a belief system, an old belief system breaking away because it doesn't fit you anymore. So whatever this energy fits for your day on Wednesday, something's not fitting you anymore. And it's and you're kind of breaking away from that, whatever that system is, that belief is, and it could be a friendship or something that's just not working because the vibration isn't fitting you any longer. It could be just a story or whatever, but however it fits for you. So Thursday we have physical activity coming in. And that's a 67, so that's a 4. And beware of nostalgia there. And the King of Pentacles. So I really feel like you're being empowered, and the King of Pentacles is really a go-getter. I don't want to say go-getter, but has a lot of strength to him, and very wise, thoughtful, doesn't get stuck in the past, very entrepreneurial thinking. And it's like taking action here. So physical activity, it's like you need to take action. It's because he's action oriented as far as really building a secure foundation for himself. but you can't get stuck in the past because the past doesn't fit you anymore. Okay. And that kind of goes along with some of these other days as well. So it does feel like the week is kind of leading into that, but wanting you to take some action. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. This is who you are. You're a powerful king. Okay. Strong king there. Okay. So then we're going into Friday. And it looks like you have something that you have been, something's going to be answered. You have you have the surrender card, and that's a 991, which is a 10, which is a 1 again. So that's a kind of a renewal as you step into the surrender, acknowledging that that spirit has your highest and best good in mind. You are in that security. Yeah, beautiful. Queen of Pentacles. So did I show you this middle card? God has answered. So there's something being opened to you. You are going to get your answer. I love it. So Friday's that day. Saturday is a good day. You have the 7 coming in, personal growth, but you also have the 1111 card coming in, which I love. So that 7 and 1111, those are both very, very, like you are on your right path. Everything is good, and celebration coming in. So Saturday is going to feel good in one way or another, as this energy comes in whatever way it comes in for you. But know that you are on your right path, and things are opening up for you. Celebrate. Okay, and then you have Sunday coming in, and again, you have some assistance light coming in, but anyways, you have change. You have that 5 number coming in there, 5 and change. So there's been a little bit of a shift. You have some more awareness. And the card coming in, it says you came here to help turn off the lights, but I always look at it as turning on the lights. And things are you are on your way, and things to smoother waters. So even in the change, even in the shifting, it's okay. Sometimes you do, I just was told, sometimes you do need to turn off the lights in a room. It's okay. We're done with that room. We don't ever have to go back in there. We're done, and move on. So this does tell me that, again, this can be in different areas, whether it's an old narrative that has been playing in your head, in regards to who you are, like you feel like you're less than in some area, and that mindset is shifting. It's time to turn the lights out on that, because you're worthy. You are meant to be. You are enough. So if it's in that area, that's there's going to be a change in that, and you're moving into a more truthful narrative about you and who you are. This could be something physical, like you are literally making a big change and moving to a better place for yourself. Like you're shutting that door, no longer need to be in that area, and you're moving on to a better space, a better place. So whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, whether it's spiritual, there's a beautiful shift and change coming in for you this week. So that is it on the cards for the week. And I do want to check in one more time here with my spirit team. I think I forgot to do this last week, but let's see if they have any more message for us before we go. Okay. It's time to help. it's kind of like, okay, so if everything's battened down, like in your home, like if everything's secure, go ahead and help your neighbor. And what they mean by that is, we're going to have some opportunities in the nation here to give a hand to our neighbor. And I don't, in one way or another, as far as maybe helping, if I do understand that we just had these tornadoes and stuff like that. I'm wondering if it has to do with that or other things coming in, but make sure that the thing that they're saying is make sure that you have things in order first before you give that helping hand. But also, it's also a shift in our heart and our energy towards those in need. And they're saying those in need don't always look like someone who like may have lost. Those in need could be someone who are lost in their narrative, in a narrative that's untrue, and to give energy of awakening to truth without trying to make them be like you, but just to be awakened. Okay. So it could look like that. So there's different ways, but this week is going to offer us some opportunities to do that. All right. Well, blessings to you. It was wonderful hanging out with you. And again, together we rise, right? Together we can, together we rise, together we can link in and continue to send love out to our community, to our nation, to our state, to the globe, to the universe. So, all right. Blessings to you. And I'll see you all next time.